Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have 3 DIYs where I will be using my Cricut maker. So let's get on to DIY number 1. For this DIY I have taken a canvas, not the stretch one but the flat one, and I'm gonna measure how big it is. It's very important when you're working with Cricut. You always want to measure your projects before you're gonna cut it. Then I'm gonna give it a coat of black chalk paint. I bought it in Action. And I'm gonna give the whole thing a good coat. After that I'm gonna take out my wood stain in the color Walnut, also from Action. And I'm gonna take 2 paint stir sticks and I'm gonna give them each 1 coat of the walnut stain. And then we're gonna work in Design Space, the program for the Cricut. And I already had made an example for you, so I'm gonna customize it, as you can see. And then it will open on your screen. This is what it would look like when it's finished, but I'm gonna make it again with you. So first I'm gonna go to Shapes and I'm selecting a square and I'm entering the measurements of my canvas and I'm making it black. Then I'm taking another square and I'm gonna unlock it so I can make it a rectangle that will look like the paint stir sticks, and I'm gonna make it in the color brown. First I'm duplicating it, so we had also one for the bottom. Okay, then we're gonna click letter or type, I don't know what it is in English, Design Space, and I'm gonna type out the word hungry, and then I'm gonna type out the word again. You can see it on the right hand corner, there is the example. I'm gonna make it white and then adjust the size, and after that I'm just gonna copy and paste the other line on the other side. It's much easier, and I'm gonna adjust the size to the canvas. Yes, there it is, just a bit bigger. And then I'm gonna make it all to my liking, and I'm gonna remove all the other bits and pieces behind it, because I only want the text to be cut out. There we go. And then I'm gonna select it all and I click attach on the right hand corner, lower right hand corner, attach. And then I'm gonna click make it and send it to my maker. There you go. You can click on to next. And then you have to select your material, and I'm gonna take washi sheet because it is I think it cuts very well. Then you're gonna take your vinyl and you can measure it out, and then you can cut it to size. I'll put my cutter away, and then I'm taking my blue mat. This is the light grip, and I'm gonna put my vinyl down with the paper side on the mat, and I'm gonna use a roller to roll it down. Then I'm gonna go to my Cricut and load the mat in. Just wait for the seed to blink and then I press it and it can start doing its thing. And there we go. I'm sorry, it's a little bit blurry. I see it. My camera has some trouble focusing in. And then the machine will cut your lines. When that's done, I'm gonna bray it again with my brayer, and I'm gonna peel it on the mat with my Cricut pen. Then we're gonna weed everything out. Take your time with it, because sometimes the letters will come off the paper. So when you're done weeding, you're gonna take your transfer vinyl and you're gonna cut that to size, and you're gonna put it over the vinyl. The vinyl is still on the mat, and then I'm gonna bray it down with the brayer so there's no air under it, and I'm gonna scrape it again. The scraper is just a little bit better to get the air bubbles out of it. And then you're gonna take it off your mat. There we go. And then I'm gonna take my canvas and my paint stir sticks, and I'm gonna glue them with hot glue to the canvas. Like that. That's one. Other one also. After that I'm gonna take my my vinyl, my cutout, and I'm gonna remove the backing of the vinyl so everything will stick nicely to the transfer vinyl, as you can see. There we go. And then we're gonna stick it. Just making sure everything is straight. It looks straight to me, I guess. So then I'm gonna scrape all the air bubbles underneath it. And then you can peel it off real slow, just to take your time with it. And sometimes, because this is a canvas, it will not stick very well. I don't know what it is, but it's a bit trickier to remove the vinyl, as you can see. You will get the hang of it. Just very slowly, and scrape it again. If it doesn't get off the first time, you can scrape it again, and you can put the transfer vinyl back, as you can see, and then you can pull it back a little bit more. But here is the end result, and I think it turned out very nice. So if you like my channel, please consider subscribing to it and give this video a big thumbs up. It would help me so much to grow on YouTube. And with that being said, let's get on to DIY number 2. For this DIY I had bought 2 jars. so I can put my candy in and my cookies in the kitchen. So at first I'm going to remove the stickers and I'm going to clean them both, and after that you're going to measure again. But let me first take off all the stickers for you and clean the two jars. Yeah, I think you call them jars. There we go. And then I'm taking, I guess, a pencil and something to put underneath it, so it will not roll. And then I'm gonna take my measurements to see how big my vinyl needs to be cut. And after that we're going into design space again. This time I'm going to write the text first. This is a font called the Skinny. It looks a little bit like the Ray Dunn font you have in America. And I'm typing out the word cookies and Snoopy's. It's Dutch. I'm sorry, but I'm Dutch, so the wording is Dutch. Then I'm going into design space and I'm going to type in kitchen labels, and I'm choosing one of my liking. I send that to my canvas, and then I click contour so I can remove the parts that I don't need. There we go. And I'm gonna duplicate it, make it the size I need. I'm so sorry. And I'm gonna fit the words right into them. And then we can group it. Yes, and we can send it to our maker. So we're gonna take our vinyl again in the light grip mat, and I have measured out how much I need in the black vinyl. So I'm gonna stick it down to my mat, roll it down so there's no air underneath it, and then I'm gonna load it into my Cricut. Just wait for the little C to blink, and then you can press go and it starts doing its thing. I love this machine, I really do. It's a real game changer for DIYing. When it's done, you're gonna weed again, and I'm doing it again on my mat because I like that the best. And then you're gonna weed everything out that you don't need. It's a very skinny font, so just be careful. I'm just weeding. I like weeding. There we go, that's one. And there's the other one. Weed everything out. Yes. And then you're going to take your vinyl transfer tape again, and you're going to put it over it. I'm cutting it just to size, and then I'm going to roll it down and scrape it down, and I'm going to take it with me to my jars so we can put it on there. There we are. Just cutting it in half, scraping it down one more time. Sometimes it has trouble adhering, but it went okay this time. There we go. And then we're putting it on a jar. I'm not pressing down real hard at first, so it's straight. And then I'm gonna press down, scrape all the air bubbles underneath it away, and I'm gonna peel it off. And that's it. So you have a really high-end looking jar in no time. And here is the end result of both of them. And they look very nice in my kitchen downstairs. And with that being said, let's get on to DIY number 3. This is our last one for the day. And for this DIY I had just taken a normal tea towel. It's a cotton one in the color yellow, and I'm gonna measure out where I want my transfer. We're gonna use iron-on transfer, or HTV, I think you call it. I had already uploaded my image and cleaned it up, so I just need to measure it to the size that I want and sending it to my machine. So that's what I'm doing now. But when you're using HTV, you had to mirror it. Every day iron on, and you have to mirror your image, because otherwise it will go on backwards. That's the only thing, don't forget. Here's the vinyl I'm using, so I'm cutting it to size again. Sticky tape, trying to getting it off. There we go. And then I'm putting it into my cut machine, razor machine, I don't know how you call it in English, I'm so sorry. And then I'm cutting it to size. There we go. And then I'm gonna take my green mat, the Stronghold, and I'm putting it on there. But not with the, you had to, the shiny side down, because that's just plastic. The side that it's up is gonna has the glue. Then I'm gonna load it into my machine and press go. There we go. It's just cutting away, as you can see. Now when this is done, you can see it has cut all the lines. I'm gonna take it off the mat. I'm so sorry, but someone is vacuuming here. It's using the vacuum in our home, I can hear. So I hope you don't hear it, but if you do, I'm so sorry. It's just a normal weekday for us, so. And then you're gonna pull everything you don't need off. You're gonna weed that out. You don't have to be super careful, but it can break sometimes. So there we go. Weed everything out. The little small pieces out of there, and then the lettering, the insides of some letters you have to take out. And there we go. Yes. And then we're gonna go to our Cricut heat press, and you're just gonna follow the instructions, the guide on your iron on. Mine is 165 degrees and 30 seconds. So first you're gonna lay it down on your Cricut heat mat that's underneath it. And I already pressed my fabric for 5 seconds before I start pressing it with the HTV. There we go. Align it, and I'm gonna put some heat paper between it, apply some pressure, and let it count down. Almost there. And then you can peel everything away. There we go. Yeah, that piece I had to do again. Sometimes it will not stick the very first time, but you can just press it again. It's no problem. And not the full 30 seconds, but I did 15 or 14. And you see it will peel off. And there it is. And then I had pressed it one last time, just for 15 seconds. So I'm sure it will stick on all the sides. And here is the end result. And that's it for today, you guys. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye!